Scorers, welcome back. Welcome back to the Real Hooper Show with your boy Sean Suge Amos. As you already know, we're gonna talk about some hoops. We're gonna talk about trending topics. I got my guy here, my guy E. What's going on, big dog?
What's good, bro?
E, man, how's everything? Good, man.
Everything good, bro.
E trying to get everything right, man. We trying to get all this stuff right in the back. There's a lot of basketball, man. There's a lot of basketball. I'm gonna start off by saying this. Obviously, I love basketball. I'm always excited about basketball, but this is one of the seasons. I don't know. There's something special about this season, bro. It's something special. I think we all on the edge of our seats to see what's next, what game is next. And if you just in a space where you like, man, it's not what it used to be. It's not who it used to be. If you're just in that type of space, man, I feel sorry for you because you're really missing out. You're really missing out on some good hoops, man. I watched last night's game with Sacramento Kings and who the Sacramento Kings play again? Mavs. I watched the Sacramento Kings and the Mavs play. And I'm up until 10:30, 11, all day, damn near 11 o'clock. Obviously these are bottom Western teams, but at the same time, man, it was still an entertaining game. It was still an entertaining game. You got a young guy out there, Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg is, he's a phenomenal talent. I underestimated him. I'm on record saying that I underestimated him, but he's showing out. He's showing out. He's handling his role extremely well, and the sky's just a ceiling for him. The sky's just a ceiling for him. Then you have, I want to look at the Sacramento Kings, see how they progressing. They got some OGs over there, OGs in NBA years, guys like DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, obviously Russell Westbrook. So I wanted to see how they mesh together. And we'll get into that later once we start getting to the games. But I want to talk about some trending topics before we start. So, first things first, man. I've been, let's say about 3 years now, and I've been putting out a lot of sports content. And one of the things I've learned being in the sports side of things, especially if you have takes, opinions, or if you have guests with different takes than the fan or the viewers may have, there's no such thing as a content that everyone can agree on. There's no such thing. I've gotten close to it in this space. And, when I did get close to it, the first one that I'm thinking off the top of the head is Chris Jackson. He was formerly known as Chris Jackson, now known as Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. If you don't know who he is, he played for the Denver Nuggets, was a prolific scorer, and he was known for being blackballed because he didn't want to stand or face the pledge of the flag during the national anthem. So so everyone knows his talent. Everyone loves the rebellion story or the rebellious story, and he fits that mold. So people really enjoyed that content. I'm thinking about other contents that people really enjoy when it comes to players, like guys like everyone just loves. Yes, Jordan is very much loved, but we do have guys who push back and say, hey, he wasn't this good, or maybe Magic was better, or whatever the case may be. Maybe LeBron is better, whatever. But at the same time, he was loved, but there was still some pushback. It's very hard to find or put out content that every sports fan like. And basketball is a tricky one too. I believe Austin Rivers said this before. He said, it's one of the only sports that everybody can play. Everybody can go outside to their local playground and say, oh, somebody left their basketball. And then just start playing one-on-one and just start shooting, and then the ball goes to the hoop. I mean, my guy E over here, he's coach. He's still basketballs all the time. He still basketballs just like that. He goes to playgrounds. He goes to local playgrounds and just try to find basketballs and put it in his bag. They got people's names on it. He just cross them out. But nonetheless, basketball is a very accessible sport. It's an accessible sport. Like, just imagine if you found a football. Like, what would you do with it? Like, what would you do with the football? Like, but you by yourself, you find a football. What you just gonna do? Start tossing it in the air? That type of entertainment, that self entertainment wouldn't last long. So basketball is a tricky sport to put content in because everyone has played, and at least everyone has played. That's another thing too. Everyone has played basketball. There's so many little league. Oh, my son is 5. You want to put him in his league. Football, boxing, any of these high level contact sports, boxing being a combat sport, you probably won't never play it. E, have you ever played football?
Yeah, like on recess or something.
At recess? So you never had like equipment. Like you never had like the pads, the helmet, none of that stuff.
No, I never did that.
So you didn't play football. Did you ever play tackle? In recess, did you play tackle?
Yeah, we played tackle.
Okay. So you was in the grass?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I played in the years where we was a little rough. We was a little rough back in the day. We actually played on concrete and it's tackle. On tackle.
That's how you get hurt, bro.
I mean, we knew that, but it's only the strong survive, baby boy. It's only the strong survive.
So you guys were falling on concrete?
We was falling on concrete.
Anybody ever get like injured bad?
I mean, at work, really be there to understand that. Moving on though, did you get a chance to watch? Did you guys get a chance to watch Snoop Dogg commentary with Clippers versus Golden State Warriors?
Yeah, I saw that.
What'd you think?
Yo, it was fire, bro.
I agree. I agree. You know what? I'm a big Snoop Dogg fan. I'm a huge Snoop Dogg fan. In fact, speaking of childhood, there was a time where I wanted to be just like Snoop Dogg. I mean, I'm so serious. I'm so serious. I wanted to be just like Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I'm dead ass. But it was the wrong time though. It was the wrong. This wasn't when he was sexual seduced. It wasn't that. It was murder was the case that they gave me. Like it was that. So I'll never forget. My mom worked a lot. And I spent a lot of time with babysitters or whatever the case may be. And Snoop Dogg was at the height of his career. This is when slipping on gin and juice, all that kind of stuff. All that stuff was out playing nonstop. And I believe it was around Christmas or something. It was around Christmas. And my mom was like, what you want? What you want for Christmas? Oh, my bad. My mom was like, what you want for Christmas? What do you want? And I was like, I want those right there. And then the Snoop Dogg's song was on. He had some Chucks on. And I don't think my mom really heard this song. Everyone heard the radio songs, but then I was singing "The Murder Was the Case" that they gave me, and then I was using his voice like "Murder was the case that they gave me." Like I was trying to emulate him. She was like, "No, turn it off. I better never hear you listen to him ever again." And, that was back in the day when you can kind of monitor that kind of stuff. Like, it wasn't no internet where you kind of sneak and listen to it. There wasn't no phone where your friends can. Nah. Then you can really, if maybe it came on and during the afternoon before your mom got home, but you try to get all your play in and all your homework in before then because you get in trouble. So I wouldn't even catch none of those after school programs. But anywho, I did enjoy Snoop Dogg being a commentator. I think that's what the game need though. I think they need more of that.
I don't want to hear it too often though, because I feel like it takes away from the actual game.
Yeah, I agree. I think you do need some level of control. I think at times he was kind of spinning out of control, and it wasn't like containable. And so the only thing guys like Reggie Miller could do was just laugh. You know what I mean? I do think it needs to be contained. I do think you need to have a level of basketball knowledge that's on there, not just entertainment. But what I mean by seeing it more is someone who's in tune with the culture, right? Saying cultural words. Like, he about to fire on him. You know what I mean? I think that's cool because it's not like the cultures don't mesh anymore. Like you'll see people from different races, backgrounds, all those things rapping the same lyrics. Like, I'm in the gym the other day, and there was this older Caucasian woman, and she was rapping Megan Thee Stallion. She was like, next song came on, Cardi B, she rapping it. So it's not like he'll say something it's not like you got to be so politically correct anymore. But I think it was good. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask you, do you want to see him do a commentary for a Lakers game?
Again though, I do like it was very entertaining. It was funny. Like you said, you don't want to see it often. Will I like to see him doing a Lakers game? Yes, but I like to see it with more, just not to say control, but like let the other guys get what they get in. Like give some real like takes on it, some analyzations on it. Like give some real feedback, not just more so like off of the emotional the emotional rush of things during the game. So LeBron James, he says he's TBD, to be determined for all back-to-backs. All back-to-backs, he is to be determined, and it's because he's 41. He said, I'm 41 years old, man. Now, I got my guy E here. He says he's a huge Lakers fan, but never seen him wear any Laker paraphernalia. How you feel about that, my Laker friend?
Yo, I'll respect. He's right. He's 41.
He's 41.
Understandable.
I think that makes sense. I think it makes sense. He's 41, and I saw in the comments someone was like, Jordan played all 82 games at 40. He also stopped for about 4 years too. LeBron hasn't stopped. He's been nonstop since then, and he's just been amazing. Like I said this before. I used this analogy before. Everyone has worked at a job where they had an old head, and the supervisors are on everyone about being on time. But the old head, he'll come to the meeting about being on time late. And nobody won't say a word. And after this thing, LeBron earned his dues. He earned his keeps. Right? Like last night, he had 38-8, I believe. And you got to think about it, man. 41, you still ask him to score 38. Anything less is uncivilized. You guys would, if he came out and was just really trying to aim for that number y'all wanted him to aim for, 12 points, 10 points, or whatever the case may be, you wouldn't really like him. You wouldn't really like it. So we got to just stop picking at everything. He's going to say some things that's going to be funny, or say some things we're not going to like, or do some things that we be like, yo, why you didn't get back on defense? I get it. At 41 years old, let me tell you, man. I mean, I'm not 41. I'm 40. But at 40 years old, I've played 3-on-3 and literally been sore for 3 days. So 41, you playing up and down with these young guys, man. Salute to him, man.